Hi everyone and welcome to my channel, and today we are going to talk about one of the major incident in the field of microbiology that made lot of people to suffer and to get killed. This incident belongs to America and just after the 9/11 attack. Well, starting from this incident, I want to share there's a whole script of around 3 pages I prepared, and this is not the story that I made of my own. Some facts are there, some things are there which I took from various websites and the past papers of USA, FBI. So from there itself created a report in a form of a story, and I am going to present in front of you. So the date was September 2001. The United States was grieving, still shaken in the horrors of 9/11, and the country tried to rebuild its sense of safety. But just as the dust began to settle, a new kind of terror slipped quietly through the cracks. Not through planes, but through paper envelopes. Envelopes began arriving simple, unassuming addresses to news agencies and US centers. Inside a strange white powder and a chilling note: Death to America, death to Israel, Allah is great. America Murdabad, Israel Murdabad, Allahu Akbar. This was the sentence written in that envelopes inside the letter, along with the powder that was there inside. It was anthrax, a deadly bacteria that turns into spores, invisible and airborne. Within days, claws erupted, journalists felt ill, postal worker collapsed, and hospitals crumbled. Entire government building shut down. And during that time also, lot of politicians went to quarantine. 22 people were infected and 5 died at that particular time within a week. So our fear was unlike anything before, a silent, scientific and terrifyingly targeted. The FBI launched Anthrax, a massive investigation to find the person behind the envelopes, and was it a terrorist group or a rogue nation? At 9/11, that time was a really big incident when this one of the terrorists who got killed in Pakistan, he attacked in America and make that particular building collapse. There was really a deadly attack at that time. A lot of people killed. Just after that, this incident happened, and the claws pointed inward to someone with access to labs, to anthrax, and to knowledge. For the one particular week, there was whole attack and incubation. After that, FBI tried a lot, and you may be shocked. There was nobody else outside the nation. There was just one person inside the nation itself, in the military lab itself of the government. After 7 years, suspicion fell on Dr. Bruce Ivins, a senior biodefense researcher in US Army lab. He knew anthrax better than anyone in the country, and he had the means to access and perhaps a disturbed mind. But before charges were filed, he was died of suicide. No trial, no confession, just silence. The Anthrax Letters of 2001 were not just a crime, they were a warning that in the world full of technology and terror, even a letter could kill. They changed how we view terrorism, the bioterrorism, mail safety, and trust itself. In the aftermath, stronger laws were passed, labs were secured, but the question still illness and the lies that was there in the air filled with the spores of anthrax. How prepared we are for the next invisible threat? How much prepared we are for the next bio attack? That was all the story about for the Anthrax Letters. This whole 3-page story took time to write every point. Some facts are covered, not all. Here at the end, about anthrax, what can I say is like it's a rare but a serious disease caused from Bacillus anthracis. This is a bacteria, and the spores of these bacteria cause the disease. Humans can also become sick. Humans to human transmission is not possible. But when humans come in contact with the animals, especially cattle, especially goat, sheep, their wool, their meat, in that case itself, humans get infected. So, bioterrorism, this is the bioterrorism, okay, and skin spores, vomiting, and shock, these are the major symptoms we can see in the person. And its incubation period is around 6 days. For some people, depending upon their immunity, it can last for the 6 weeks also. Cutaneous infection with a cut. Suppose if somebody got a cut on his skin, in that case also these spores transfer through the wound. Apart from that, this raised itchy bump is there in the skin with painless sore with black center, swelling in the sore and nearly lymph gland. So sometimes flu-like symptoms can also be seen, and gastrointestinal infection can also be seen in case if the person swallow the food, okay, in case if the person eat the meat. And you know what, these spores are generally found in the soil itself. For a long time they survive in the soil for unfavorable condition, and when the animal eat the grass, these spores from the grass get transferred to the animal. In animal, these spores get burst and forms a bacteria and certain fruiting bodies, okay, like not exactly the fruiting bodies, actually these bacteria multiply inside, and in the meat itself, in the like in the body itself they multiply. And when the person who eats these lamb, these sheep, these cattle, beef or anything, the uncooked food itself make these spores, make these bacteria to transfer from animal, not just animal, from soil to animal and from animal to human. And this was the thing that infects and causes gastrointestinal infection of anthrax. So we have to take it in mind that if we are eating the meat, it must be properly cooked well. And inhalation is there, okay, in case if the spores are there in the air, then that also causes a problem. Wild and domestic livestock such as sheep, cattle and all. So in Europe also there was one problem with that. Recently there's a heroin supply in Europe, and around 40 people died because of this anthrax only. Because the place where this heroin is getting manufactured, that place itself is full of anthrax spores. So what is the treatment? There is a 60 days treatment, treated with ciprofloxacin, doxycycline and levofloxacin. Apart from that, there is a 3 dose of anthrax vaccine also in a continuous form. This is all about the anthrax attack in September 2001. Well, at the end, I can say stay informed, stay alert, because sometimes danger comes in the mail. Stay safe. That's all, my friend. Thank you.